Michael Fitzgerald.
I'm Scott Gillis.
And we're here at Performance Training. We want you to have that one event each week, at least, and likely going to be on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe a Monday, that's going to simulate an open style event. We want you to make a big deal of it, in that we want you to think about it, we want you to analyze it, we want you to visualize it so you can prepare for what's going to happen, and we want you to start thinking about and feeling what it's going to be like.
When we talk about movement capacity, not only are we talking about movement competency with all the movements that you're going to see in the open, but also the ability to do them in high volume. Thinking of two specific movements, one being the deadlift, because it's always in the open, and the other being chest bar pull-ups, because if you don't do sufficient amounts of chest bar pull-ups in your training program, it's going to wreak havoc during the open. So you want to make sure that you're progressively increasing the amount of chest bar pull-ups you're doing per week in your training program leading up to the open, because there's going to be anywhere from 80 to probably 150 chest bar pull-ups in a open workout.
If you really want to make sure you finish as high as possible in the open, and that's your number one goal, we'd probably recommend you're going to do some form of doing it twice. So these are the two options. You either do it at a run-through pace, you kind of pick part of the event and you do it, or you do it as hard as you can. Now this kind of depends on the event. So if you look at event like 16.4 last year with all the deadlifting, we wouldn't recommend you do that event as hard as you can twice. We'd probably say, okay, you should go with option 2, of you kind of break the event down a little bit. You're just trying to get a feel for how the event's going to go, what it's going to feel like, where you're going to break down, whatnot. Because your real attempt is going to be either a Sunday or a Monday. But then if you have an event like 16.3, where it's just 7 minutes of bar muscles and snatches, assuming your hands don't get ripped to shreds, you may actually want to do that event twice and do it as hard as you can, because you're going to figure out at what's your breaking point.
The best choice, if it's not a scheduled rest day for you in your regular training schedule, would be to do like an easy monostructural type recovery session. So easy pace rowing, biking, running, shuttle running, ski erg, and you can mix in some low impact skill work in there, especially some skills potentially that haven't been in the open that you think you might see in the open. Maybe some double unders and low volume. But you want to make sure that in that recovery session it is an easy effort. You're just trying to promote blood flow, to promote recovery. You're not trying to kill yourself.